My name's Morgan, Randall Morgan. I make my money mostly as a tracker, but I've picked up more than $1 doing a little bit of just about anything. You getting them wilds gonna need me. I heard things. Beasts and outlaws that'll hunt you down and then tear flesh from your bones. Well, I ain't seen either. But I'll tell you now, I'll whoop the both of them. I can track them, hunt them. I know the river. I've had all the plants from wild pie plant to gooseberries a man can eat, and knows them you can't. Heard tell as them rivers ain't like ours. Instead of water, they flown with the gold. Tiny gold. I got me the tools to scoop it all up. Gonna get rich, and you too if you want. Well, let's get then, before someone else finds that gold first.
Well, hello, friend. Although I have not had much experience, I have some skill in farming and handling farm animals, particularly horses. I also have a good mind for numbers. I am in great haste to reach Oregon. I would urge you not to use my southern tongue or the fact that I'm a woman to prejudge my potential contribution. I am industrious in spirit and will willingly share my bountiful financial resources when the need arises. I am educated, agreeable, and not above the menial tasks that will be part of the journey. Finally, I have a spirited determination to rejoin my husband out west. I assure you, I will perform all duties requested of me and do so in a most agreeable manner. Thank you.
Good day. I see you are gathering a wagon party. Well, then your timing is fortuitous, for I am looking for a wagon party with whom to travel the trail. I am not only a prosperous banker and businessman, but most importantly, I'm a crack sharpshooter. Because I'm an expert in banking, you should have no misgivings about placing me in charge of the party's finances and financial dealings along the trail. Beyond that, I'm a proficient botanist. Your decision to choose me seems an obvious one. Very well. Let me gather my things and we can be on our way.
Good day to you. My name's Casey O'Neill. I'm looking to go to Oregon with someone after me own heart. Will you take a strong, hard-working Irishman in your wagon? If it's a butcher or a blacksmith you'd be wanting, then I'm your man, for I can do both, and I can even turn me hand to a bit of sewing when there's a need. Is it I'm a bit lanky, you'd be thinking? Well, I'm as strong as any man here, and I'd like to see the man who says I'm not. Sure, it's a fine asset I would be to your company. Why, I could get out me fiddle and play a few jigs whenever spirits need a lifting. Father O'Leary said I was the finest fiddler in the whole of County Kerry. I must be thanking you for choosing me. It's a grand day to be going on such an adventure.
Welcome to Independence. Timothy Saunders, but just call me Tim. You got that look in your eye, heading west, ain't you? Well, what can I do you for? This store's got everything you could possibly need on your trip west. Now, I ain't just saying this to try to line my pockets. You better stock up good before you head out on the trail. It's gonna be a long time before you find any place to buy things. You see, all types heading west. Drifters, families, con men. Don't trust nobody farther than you can throw 'em, I say. You'll go a long way following that advice. One time, I remember it like it was yesterday. A big old mountain of a man come in here, bought pretty near everything in the store. Said he was going to open up his own trading post a couple of 100 miles west of here. Well, I can't stand around flapping my gums all day. What can I get for you?
I never dreamed it could get as hot as this. I'm melting away like a pat of butter in the sun.
I am called Munchancia of the Ka. Many white people call us Kansa. So many have passed through here that I wonder how many can be left back in their own country. Why would a whole nation leave their home? What is wrong with your country that everyone is leaving it? This is something I do not understand. We are friends with the Ponca and Omaha people. The grandmothers tell stories that long ago we were the same people. We helped each other. But we are all too poor now that the buffalo are gone. Yes, I will trade. It is the only way left for me to support my family. That trade will help me. It is a deal.
In this heat, one cannot expect human or beast to continue on.
Isn't it grand now to be having a bit of a party? Should I be playing a jig to get your toes a-tapping? Or would you like to hear a sweet Irish ballad? Or a love song for the ladies? What's it to be now? Sure, I'll play a jig then. But first I must have a drop of something to wet me lips. It's ready I am now.
My twin sister, Gabrielle, was always my father's favorite. And being a flirt, she was also popular with the boys. After she married, my parents practically gave Gabby and her husband our family farm as a wedding present. That's when I decided to go west. Of course, I needed money. And once my father agreed to finance my trip, I said, good riddance. I'm much better off without them.
Oh, I never dreamed it could get as hot as this.
This heat, it's really quite unrelenting.
I was born in slavery, escaped on my own. Just told myself that I couldn't take it no more. I ran and never looked back. Never gonna be a slave no more. No more.
The more disarming the approaching trader, the higher the likelihood that he is unscrupulous. The rest of you stick to your mundane chores. I'll handle any trading that needs to take place.
Howdy, Pilgrim. Hattie Caulfield's the name. I reckon you done took me for a man when you first laid eyes on me. Well, look again, I ain't no hairy-faced fella. Course, I ain't no gusset-up, bonnet-wearing, pie-making female neither. I just am what I am, and you can take it or leave it. Yep, I'll trade with you, Pilgrim.
Well, I tell you a story of the prettiest town in the whole of Ireland. A town cradled by mountains and crowned with the brightest rainbows you'll ever see. A town where the salmon leap out of the river straight into the frying pan, where the cows give 50 gallons of milk every day, and the milk is as sweet as honey. Whisht, aren't I the foolish man to leave a place like that now? But it is the giants you should be hearing about. On moonlit nights, there'd be the divil of a noise as those giants broke each other's skulls. And in the mornings, just a pile of bones would be found where someone's poor cow had stood a few hours before. I never dreamed it could get as hot as this.
sun's a burning a hole in our heads. Dark ain't natural. Can't see. And what I hear, I can only think's what I see. And them are from different places things. They're looking for us right now. And if they find us, would take us to where it's always darkness. I know they can't see either. So maybe they won't ever find me. If they do, I give them my fists and not go with. That sun's a burning a hole in our heads.
I used to think that for every firefly that be flying, there was a secret to be told. I got me some secrets. Plenty of them. Got me a wife, Cordelia, back there in slavery. Got us a son, too. His name is Austin, just like my name. I never wanted to leave him down there, but I don't know how I'm gonna get him out of slavery. So I just keep him a secret.
How? I am called Running Elk. I'm here from the Lakota people. Let me tell you a Lakota story. Long ago, when the world was young, all the plants and animals enjoyed the warm summer. In autumn, it grew colder, and the grass and flowers were not protected from the cold, which sat heavily on them. How? Yes, I will trade with you.
I am Lakota, which many of you call Sioux. I will gladly trade with you. Wash day. I agree to this trade with you. I am Istas of the Chichistas. To the Lakotas and the white men, we are known as the Cheyenne. Yes, I will trade with you. It is good. I will agree to this trade. It is good. I will agree to this trade.
Well, how do you do, stranger? It's always a pleasure to meet a new customer. Rastus McTavish, that's me. Used to be a fur trader. Spent months at a time out in the wilderness, freezing in the winter, getting eaten alive by skeeters in the summer. Every year I bring in my pelts to the trading post. Son of a gun behind the counter give me almost nothing for 'em.
Will I tell you a story of the prettiest town in the whole of Ireland? A town cradled by mountains and crowned with the brightest rainbows you'll ever see.
My twin sister, Gabrielle, was...
A leader will fearlessly press ahead when one of less grit would turn back. Equally important, a leader must know when to pause and reassess when others might blindly forge ahead.
Well, of course I will trade. I am open to any reasonable offer. Yes, indeed. That trade is of great benefit to us both, I am sure. Greetings, my friend. Greetings. How fortunate that you should stop here. I am Dr. Phineas Maximinimus Duffy. Allow me to share with you a most magnificent medicinal mixture. You see, during an excursion to the subcontinent of India, I came across an ancient holy man in the city of Bombay. He was touting the benefits of a powerful potion. Dr. Oomba Boomba's Perfect Health Tonic, he called it. He claimed that a mere spoonful would enable a person to go 3 days without food or a drop of water and still enjoy the energy and vitality of a dozen men. I was skeptical at first, as I'm sure you are as well. But I gave it a try. Lo and behold, I am here to tell you that it works. For the next 2 weeks, I survived on nothing more than 1 small bottle of this potion. And I never felt better in my life. Being a learned man of medicine myself, I made a few refinements to the recipe, and now I present it to you, Dr. Duffy's Elixir. Imagine how much easier you might endure this tedious trip if only you had a couple of bottles of this wonderful tonic. What do you say?
That sun's a burning a hole in our heads.
Oh, I never dreamed it could get as hot as this. I'm melting away like a pat of butter in the sun.
Yes, I will trade with you. It is good. I will agree to this trade. It is good. I will agree to this trade.
That sun's a burning a hole in our heads.
Mein lieber Mutter und Vater, At nooning today, I painted by the riverside. And I noticed some things you should look for when you are in your wagon and are trying to cross the river. Be careful of the places where the water splashes and swirls and rushes by with great speed. The currents there are dangerous. In other areas, the water flows in jagged patterns. There may be sharp rocks laying just below the surface there. Watch for them. Look for the spots where the surface is glassy. If the color of the water is dark, it should be cold and deep there. And a good place to float your wagon across.
People who don't make it, who are lying under them grave markers we passed, didn't make it because they thought in their heads they wouldn't make it. Sure, it's the same way a fellow gets himself sick. Think you're gonna get the grip or scurvy, then you get it. Best thing I can say is quit thinking.
only child. My father is a shoemaker by trade. He makes beautiful shoes and has worked hard all his life. But our family was never well off. Papa was so happy when Nicholas asked me to marry him. Oh, just take Liebchen, he said. Nicholas can afford to feed you and buy you fine clothes and provide you with all the paint and paintbrushes your heart desires.
Well, sure thing. I'll trade with you. That's right, fine. You got yourself a deal. 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 That's right, fine. You got yourself a deal.
To call my childhood home a house would do it great injustice. If heaven itself had doors and windows, then call it a house. From the rise of the sun until its fall, I could run from room to room and still not visit them all. And the servants were so numerous that I could not name them all. When I get to Oregon, I shall make all of it my home.
Greetings. I am called Washakie. I am chief of the Wind River Shoshone. We have seen your people crossing here, and in great numbers. This land has much to help you in your journey, but use it with care and without greed. I would like to trade, but only for what is useful. My people have no need for your rum and trinkets. We both need what the other has to offer. We will trade.
A leader will fearlessly press ahead when one of less grit would turn back.
Welcome, traveler. My name is Carlos Marquez. I have many things to sell or trade. Can I interest you in something today? Does a burro love his feed bag? Of course! Let us trade. Your offer pleases me. I accept. Your offer pleases me. I accept.
I was born in slavery, escaped on my own. Just told myself that I couldn't take it no more. I ran and never looked back. Never gonna be a slave no more. No more.
I am called Badger Keeper. I am from the Bannock people. The round dance is our main ceremony. We have it 3 times each year. In early fall, just before the pine nut harvest, in late fall before the rabbit drive, and in the spring before the main fishing season. In the round dance, men and women dance in a circle around a pole. The dance shows that we are unified people, even if we have been apart for many months. Of course, I will trade with you. I will agree to this, and I'm very pleased. We reached an agreement. I will agree to this, and I'm very pleased. We reached an agreement.
It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen. It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen.
I don't feel warm enough. I don't feel warm enough.
It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen.
I don't feel warm enough.
Howdy, stranger. I always remember a face, 'cause that's how I measure if a person's gonna make it or not. Your face I ain't never seen before. Name's Thomas Smith, though for some odd reason, folks took to calling me Pegleg. Sure thing. I'm always ready to do some trading. I'll make that trade. I'll make that trade.
I was trained by the finest doctor in Maryland, and he taught me everything worth knowing about sickness and medicines. There were many young women who envied my opportunities. I was more than his nurse. I was his confidant and friend. Yes, I'll trade with you. You have some things that might interest me.
What does you say, I wonder? I got me this book. Sometimes I just take it out and look at it. Sure, I'll trade with you. Looks like a deal to me.
Mein lieber Mutter und Vater.
One day, I'm gonna learn me to read and write, and then I'm gonna read all I can find about that place called Africa. Yep, I'm gonna learn me about that place.
I will help you, if I can. What do you need? I accept, though I know Nicholas would have wanted more for it. know Nicholas would have wanted more for it. I accept, though I know Nicholas would have wanted more for it.
It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen. It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen.
I don't feel warm enough. During the day, I'm seeing things new to me, and why I left was to do that. But at night, by the fire, I hear words and stories that are new to me. I like many of them.
Mein lieber Mutter und Vater.
It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen. It's so cold. It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen. It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen.
I'm Lieutenant James Wilkinson, U.S. Army, 4th Cavalry. Our job is to assure safe passage along the Snake River from Fort Hall to 3 islands here. Well, sure I'll trade with you. I'd be right interested to see what you got. Well, you're a good judge of what's fair and proper. I'm right happy to make that trade. Oh, you're a good judge of what's fair and proper. I'm right happy to make that trade.
It's many miles we've traveled today, and everyone is happy.
It's so cold. It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen. It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen. It's so cold. Me very bones is frozen. It's so cold. It's so cold. It's so cold. It's so cold. My very bones is frozen.
Howdy. That's how they say hello in these parts. I'm trying to get used to it. In St. Louis, we usually just say hello. I'm Dr. Duncan Gapps, a genuine MD. Sure, I'll try my luck. Let's trade. Your offer is quite good. I'll make that trade.
I was trained by the finest doctor in Maryland, and he taught me everything worth knowing about sickness and medicines. There were many young women who envied my opportunities. I was more than his nurse. I was his confidant and friend. Yes, I'll trade with you. You have some things that might interest me.
Had I been elected leader of this party, I can only imagine how much further along and how much smoother our journey would have gone by this time. Leadership starts with character, and I am full of it. Certainly I will trade with you. If you don't mind, allow me to set fair terms for the both of us. I am surprised surprised at the shrewdness of your bargaining abilities. Being at a loss for alternatives, I accept the trade. I am surprised at the shrewdness of your bargaining abilities. Being at a loss for alternatives, I accept the trade. I am surprised at the shrewdness of your bargaining abilities. Being at a loss for alternatives, I accept the trade.
I visited with some women after supper today. I should say tried to visit, because I could barely finish a sentence without some interruption. First, Mary's daughter needed a drink of water. Then Sarah's son had to be pulled out of the way of a horse. Then Esther's husband came by looking for her to mend his pants. And all the while, these women were stacking up dishes and banging their pots and pans, and I could scarcely make myself heard. Honestly, as if I didn't have better things to do with my time.
Yes, it's true that we began this journey as rank strangers. Yet I look upon you now as a member of the family. After you have settled into your new home, dear friend, and you need provisions or advice, please know that you can rely upon me.
I am called Raven by the river. My people are the Umatilla. I learned to speak English at the Whitney Mission in Fort Walla. Many people here will gladly trade if you have what they need. Cloth, blankets, knives, and kettles are very good for trading. If you trade for fresh salmon, you must eat it the same day or it will spoil. But we also have many other good things to trade, including good fruit, berries, and tubers. The Whitman Mission is no longer open. After the Whitmans were killed, white people left there and did not want to go back. They did not like being in the middle of the war with the Cayuses. But the country is safe now if you stay along the trail. Yes, we will trade.
This is good. We will trade. This is good. We will trade. This is good. We will trade.
Yes, it's true that we began this journey as rank strangers. Yet I look upon you now as a member of the family. Certainly I will trade with you. If you don't mind, allow me to set fair terms for the both of us. I am surprised at the shrewdness of your bargaining abilities. Being at a loss for alternatives, I accept the trade.
You can take the toll road, that'll run you $5. Or you can raft down the river. If you do the rafting yourself instead of hiring a guide, it don't cost nothing, but it could kill you. Now, the road was built by a Mr. Samuel K. Barlow back in '45. Old Sam figured overlanders like yourself might want to go on a nice, gentle road instead of a dangerous river. It don't make no never mind to me what you do. The road's kind of slow going, but it's a first sight safer than running them rapids. Now, don't get me wrong. Thousands of folks have rafted down the river, but it's a real exciting ride, according to some I've talked to. You can shave 4 or 5 days off your journey going down the river. Sure thing. Meeting as many folks as I have, I've collected all kinds of stuff for trading. You got yourself a deal. 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 You got yourself a deal.
Had I been elected leader of this party, I can only imagine how much further along and how much smoother our journey would have gone by this time. Leadership starts with character, and I am full of it.
I visited with some women after supper today. I should say tried to visit, because I could barely finish a sentence without some interruption. First, Mary's daughter needed a drink of water. Then Sarah's son had to be pulled out of the way of a horse. Then Esther's husband came by looking for her to mend his pants. And all the while, these women were stacking up dishes and banging their pots and pans, and I could scarcely make myself heard. Honestly, as if I didn't have better things to do with my time.
Welcome! Now, a lot of settlers have already arrived here. Even so, for example. So, I suppose you're anxious to find out where you're going to live. I understand there have been some deaths in your party. My sincere condolences. Traveling all the way across country is dangerous. Death is all too common. Still, one must look on the bright side. At least you made it. You must have had a tough time on the trail. Your health's not very good. I won't be able to give you too much land. You'll be needing to concentrate on regaining your strength. I can tell that you're in good spirits. That's a good sign. In my experience, a happy traveler becomes a successful settler. You've arrived here with a goodly amount of cash. We like that. I trust you'll invest it wisely in endeavors that will foster the growth of our community. My goodness, you have a lot of supplies. I'm surprised your oxen were able to haul such a loaded down wagon. Those supplies will come in very handy in your new life here. It took you an awfully long time to get here. Maybe you just weren't in a hurry, or maybe you had some problems along the trail. Congratulations. You've arrived here in good shape. Now, you don't have the means to manage a big piece of property, but I picked out a nice little parcel of 10 acres for you. Enjoy your new life in the Oregon Territory.